Hi, everyone. Today is Friday, March 27th, and we are going to try the New York Times Weekly News Quiz. We're going to take the quiz together and see how many questions, well, I can get right, and you try to answer them at home too, and see how many you get right. So let me start the quiz. Okay, here it is. The weekly news quiz for students. I'm going to scroll down to the first question. Okay, look at the picture. As of March 23rd, almost how many Americans are under orders to stay home? Let's see what the choices are. 1 in 2, 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50. So how many Americans are under orders? That means they are told to stay home. What do you think? Think about your answer. I'll pick one and we'll see if it's right. So this is as of March 23rd and it's already the 27th, but I'm going to guess 1 and 2. Let me see. And I'm right. Okay, so it's kind of green and that means you got it right. And here is the explanation for what is happening and how many Americans are being told to stay home unless you have to. So after we're done with the quiz, you can go to the website and read the explanation of that by yourself if you want more information. Okay, question number 2. Let's look at the picture. The blank region reached an alarming milestone on March 22nd. It now accounts for roughly 5% of the world's confirmed cases, making it an epicenter of the pandemic. Well, let's look at the choices. Choices are Chicago, Miami, New York City, or Washington, D.C. So which city do you think is the epicenter of the pandemic? That means they have the most people with the coronavirus. What do you think? Chicago, Miami, New York City, or Washington, D.C.? I'm going to say New York City, I think, because I think that's right. Let me see. Yes, New York City has the most cases. And you can read the description here. Okay, question 3. Look at the picture. The Treasury Secretary and the top Senate Democrat said late March 23rd that they were on the brink of a deal on a nearly $2 trillion something to respond to the coronavirus pandemic. After a marathon day of talks, as Democrats demanded stronger protections for workers and restrictions for bailed out businesses. So what is this deal? What is the big deal that they are trying to pass? Is it an emergency economic aid measure, a military defense plan, a quarantine action program, or a vaccine development bill? Well, I was watching the news today, so there is an update on this question. So I'm going to say emergency economic aid measure. And yes, I'm right. Did you get it right? So if you watch the news today, you'll see that the Senate and the House passed the big agreement for the cash bailout. And it could be that they will send money to everybody who qualifies. And I know there's going to be more information about that coming. Okay, question 4. Look at the picture. The question says, China on March 19th reported for the first time since the coronavirus began 3 months ago. What did they report? The choices are an equal number of new cases and fully recovered patients, more than 1,000 new cases in a day, no new deaths, no new local infections. I don't know this one. What do you think? I'm going to say, I'm going to say no new local infections. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. And here's the explanation to read about that. So things are getting better in China. No new local infections. That means they have no new cases of people who tested positive for coronavirus. Okay, question 5. Look at the picture. The first testing in humans for the new coronavirus began on March 16th. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases announced. Okay, so what is it? What are they testing? Is it an experimental vaccine, or to determine contagious rates, or with a natural immunity, or humans who have a genetic predisposition? What is their new project? What are they trying to do? I'm going to say an experimental vaccine. Yes, because that's what they really want. They want to develop a vaccine for coronavirus. Okay, question 6. There's only 10 questions. All right, question 6. Do you know who that is? This is former Vice President Joe Biden. Look at the question. Now holding an all but insurmountable lead in the presidential primary contest, he pledged that he would what? That means he promised, he pledged. What did he promise? What did he say he will do? If he wins the primary contest, he says, will he choose a woman as a running mate? Eliminate all student debt? Make high-quality daycare free for all families? Or nominate Barack Obama to the Supreme Court? Did you watch the debates? So he said something in the debates, and he said that he would do something. He promised if he wins the primary, he will do one of these things. Okay, so I did see what he said, and I'm going to guess choose a woman as a running mate. And yes, because I saw that in the news. He has promised that he will choose a woman as a running mate if he wins the primary. Okay, question 7. Look at the picture. A 5.7 magnitude earthquake struck where? On March 18th, knocking out power for tens of thousands of people in the largest earthquake the state has felt since 1992, the authorities said. Where was there an earthquake? Was it in California, Nevada, Utah, or Washington state? So one of these states had a big earthquake on March 18th. Do you know which one? I think I know. I think it was Utah. Let me see. Yep, it was Utah. Okay. I have been reading a lot of news lately. All right, there was a big earthquake in Utah. And you can read the description there of what happened. Okay. Next question. Question 8. Question 8. Do you know who that is? Look at that picture. He's a football player. And if you watch American football, you will see this man. His name is Tom Brady, and he is the quarterback for the New England Patriots team. Okay, and they've won the Super Bowl many times. So here's the question. After 20 years with the New England Patriots, quarterback Tom Brady signed a deal with the what new team? So he left his team. He's been on the Patriots for 20 years, and now he's leaving that team, and he's joining a new team. So let's see the choices. Chicago Bears, Los Angeles Chargers, New York Jets, or Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you follow the sports news? Okay, so which one do you think? All right, I did see this in the news as well. I think it is Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, he's going to Florida. And for some Patriot fans, that is very sad. But he is going to a new team in Florida. Okay, question 9. Look at the picture. All of the major leagues in the United States, plus golf, tennis, and other sports, have shut down because of the spread of the coronavirus. The top soccer and rugby leagues have done the same in Europe. Just about all sports in China and Japan have been idle for weeks. Idle means nothing happening. But the something continued despite fears over the outbreak. So what sport kept going? Let's see. What kept going? Was it the Asian World Cup qualifiers in Qatar? Was it the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race in Alaska? Was it the Paris Half Marathon? Or the Women's Ice Hockey World Championships? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think any of these would still go on, but I don't know. I will guess the Asian World Cup qualifiers. Nope, I'm wrong. So if you get it wrong, you get red. Okay, and they tell you the true answer was the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race in Alaska. Okay, so they still had their race. Okay, number 10, the last one. Look at the picture. All right, 3 of the guidelines for social distancing during this pandemic were recently published in the New York Times National section. One is from the satirical site, The Onion, which is the fake guideline. All right, so have you heard of The Onion? The Onion is a news organization that is satire. Satire means it's all a joke. It's not real news. It's on purpose, meant to be funny. And satire means they're making fun of something. They're making a joke out of the real news. Okay, so it's all supposed to be funny. So what do you think is fake as a guideline for social distancing? Let's see, the choices are avoid public transportation and limit non-essential travel. Don't eat any food that hasn't first gone through at least one cycle in a washing machine. It's okay to go outdoors for fresh air and exercise, just avoid being in close contact with people. or maintain a distance of at least 6 feet between you and others. All right, so can you guess which one is the funny one? This one is pretty easy. It's going to be this one. Is it a good idea to put your food in the washing machine? No, it's not. Okay, but you would be surprised. Some people read The Onion, they don't know it's a joke. So that's important to remember. If you see a news article from The Onion, it's always a joke. Okay, so that's the end of the news quiz. Your score is 9 out of 10. Ta-da! Okay, every week there is a new quiz. Every Friday. Oh, no, every Friday there's a quiz for adults on the regular section. Okay, so thank you for listening and watching. Maybe we'll do another one of these next week. Okay, thanks. I'm going to turn off the share screen, and that's it for today.